Hi, I'm Dr. Deepa. Welcome to my channel Together in Fun. In this module, we'll be looking into more about the author, background of the poem, analysis, and the poetic devices. Aunt Jennifer's Tigers by Adrienne Rich. Adrienne Cecil Rich was an American poet, essayist, and feminist. She was called one of the most widely read and influential poets of the second half of the 20th century and was credited with bringing the oppression of women and lesbians to the forefront of poetic discourse. Aunt Jennifer's Tigers is a poem about oppressed woman who escapes into an alternative world of embroidery and sewing, despite a heavy marriage to a terrifying man. Aunt Jennifer's Tigers prance across a screen, bright topaz denizens of a world of green. They do not fear the men beneath the tree. They pace in sleek chivalric certainty. Aunt Jennifer's fingers, fluttering through her wool, find even the ivory needle hard to pull. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. When Aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie, still ringed with the ordeals she had mastered by. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. Now let's look into the analysis of the poem. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen, bright topaz denizens of a world of green. They do not fear the men beneath the tree. They pace in sleek chivalric certainty. The reader is immediately taken into this highly visual and symbolic scene. The tigers which Aunt Jennifer creates are topaz in color, that is wine red, yellowy orange, and live in a green world where their majestic movements express fearlessness. Green is often associated with the season of spring and rebirth. They prance, that is step high, and are sleek, that is smooth and glossy, as well as chivalric. Chivalric is an ancient knightly term and means courteous treatment, especially of women by men. So the tigers know exactly what they are doing by being confident and vital. Aunt Jennifer's fingers, fluttering through her wool, find even the ivory needle hard to pull. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hands. The second stanza focuses on Aunt Jennifer's hands. Her fingers flutter as if she is nervous or a little feeble, and even the ivory needle seems to be heavy as she works the wool. Ivory is a luxury metal from the tusk of elephants. The wedding band or ring doesn't help. It weighs heavily on Aunt Jennifer, perhaps as a result of emotional baggage associated with it through her marriage. There's a hint of hyperbole here. Massive seems over the top for a mere band. The poet is reinforcing the idea that Aunt Jennifer isn't happy. The work is a challenge despite the fact that it allows her certain freedom. Here, we need to note the contrast between the first and the second stanza. The first is vibrant, light, and sure of itself, while the second is uncertain, a little dark, and hard work. Patriarchal power is apparent in the second stanza, while the first highlights the creative drive of Aunt Jennifer's tigers. When Aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie, still ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. A shift in emphasis from the here and now to the possibility of what's to come. Again, the poet concentrates on the hand of Aunt Jennifer, using language that is pretty extreme: dead, terrified, ringed, ordeals, mastered. The hands that have been so creative are now thought of in this negative way. An ordeal implies long term experience, so we can take it that the woman who had to endure a long suffering marriage, oppressed by her domineering husband. Even in death, the submissive lifestyle she led shows through in her hands. The workhorses of the woman at home. The one redeeming feature of her life, however, the prancing, free spirited tigers will continue indefinitely. This gives a ray of hope for those who see no way out of relationship. Art can bring a sense of inner peace and instill confidence, however fragile. Structure of the poem. Each couplet rhymes, so the reader tends to get a sense of what is unfolding in a regular fashion. The poetic devices used in this poem are alliteration, symbols, synecdoche, and transferred epithet, pun, irony, contrast, and imagery. The poem revolves around the theme female role in home, female role in marriage, animals as symbol, women and nature, patriarchal power, individual freedom, political issues, art as escapism. Why do you think Aunt Jennifer created animals that are so different from her own character? What might be the poet suggesting through this difference? Until we meet tomorrow, by this time, keep thinking. Feel free to drop in your answers and comments. If you are watching this channel for the first time, subscribe. If you like the content, click the like button and share. If you want to see more of these videos, enable the bell icon. Thank you.